Do you ever listen to your lo-fi beats and feel everything is stuck in the centre? The melody sounds good, the drums work, but the track still feels small and cramped. In this episode, you'll learn creative delay techniques that can add width, depth and atmosphere to your beats without cluttering the mix with extra instruments.
You're listening to the Lofi Music Academy podcast, your go-to space for all things lo-fi. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of lo-fi music production.
Hi, and welcome to the Lofi Music Academy podcast. I'm Spencer J, your guide through the chilled out, atmospheric world of lo-fi beats. In the last episode, we talked about how delay creates movement. We explored why melodies can feel static and how delay helps connect musical moments together. But today we're taking things a step further, because delay isn't just a utility effect, it's a creative tool. And once you start using it creatively, you'll realise that delay can do much more than repeat sounds. It can create width, atmosphere, texture, energy, even entirely new musical layers. And the best part, most of these techniques don't require complicated plugins or advanced mixing knowledge. You just need a willingness to experiment. So today, let's explore how delay can help transform simple lo-fi beats into richer, more immersive listening experiences. Okay, let's get into it. One of the most common problems producers face is a mix that feels narrow. Everything sounds centered, everything feels stacked on top of itself, and the beat lacks that sense of openness that makes professional productions feel immersive. Many producers respond by adding more instruments, more pads, more textures, more layers. But often the answer isn't adding more sounds, it's creating more space around the sounds that you already have. Delay can be incredibly useful for this. A subtle ping-pong delay where repeats bounce between the left and right speakers can instantly make a melody feel wider. Not louder, not busier, just wider. And that width helps the listener feel surrounded by the music rather than simply hearing it from the centre. The key is subtlety. The goal isn't obvious echoes flying around the mix. The goal is creating a sense of space that supports the music naturally. One challenge many lo-fi producers face is dealing with empty moments. The melody pauses, the drums leave a gap, a transition feels unfinished, and suddenly the beat loses momentum. This is where delay can become a powerful compositional tool. Instead of filling every gap with a few notes, delay can help existing notes carry the music forward. A delayed guitar phrase can linger into the next bar. A piano note can softly echo into a transition. A vocal chop can leave a trail behind it. And these small details help maintain flow without overcrowding the arrangement. One thing I often tell producers is this: not every empty space needs a new sound. Sometimes it just needs a better ending to the previous sound, and delay is often that ending. It allows notes to breathe while still keeping the listener engaged. One of the most creative uses of delay is using it to create texture. Instead of thinking about repeats as obvious echoes, start thinking about them as atmosphere. For example, take a simple melody and add a heavily filtered delay. Remove some of the high frequencies and maybe roll off some low end too. Suddenly the repeats feel softer, more distant, almost like they're becoming part of the environment instead of part of the melody. This works beautifully in lo-fi because lo-fi thrives on subtle details. A delayed texture quietly sitting in the background can make a beat feel richer without anyone consciously knowing why. You can even combine delay with reverb. The delay creates movement, the reverb creates space, and together they create atmosphere. And often that atmosphere becomes one of the most memorable parts of the track. One mistake producers make with delay is treating it like a static effect. Set it once, leave it alone and move on. But some of the most interesting delay effects happen when the setting changes throughout the song. For example, imagine increasing the delay feedback during a transition. Suddenly the repeats become longer and more dramatic. Then when the next section arrives, everything snaps back into focus. That tiny movement creates excitement, and you can also automate delay amounts on specific notes. Maybe the last note of a phrase gets more delay than the others, and maybe a vocal chop gets a longer trail before a breakdown. These subtle moments add personality, and personality is what separates memorable productions from forgettable ones. Lo-fi is often built on repetition, so small changes become incredibly important. Delay automation is one of the easiest ways to create those changes. At some point you stop asking what's the correct delay setting, and you start asking what kind of movement feels right for this track. That's when you begin developing your own style. Some producers love short, subtle delays that create groove. Others love long, dreamy delays that blur into ambience. Some use delay primarily for width. Others use it for texture. Neither approach is wrong. What matters is intentionality. The goal isn't to use more delay. The goal is to use delay with purpose. As you listen to your favourite lo-fi tracks, start paying attention to what the delay is doing emotionally. Is it creating motion, space, dreaminess or energy? The more you listen for those details, the more you'll develop your own creative instincts, and that's where your unique sound begins to emerge. If there's one thing I want you to remember from this episode, it's this. Delay isn't just an echo. It's a creative tool. It can make your beats feel wider, more atmospheric, more textured, more alive. And often the most powerful delay effects are the ones listeners don't consciously notice. They simply feel more immersed, more connected to the music, more drawn into the world that you've created. So experiment, try different timings, different feedback settings, different levels of subtlety. And remember, sometimes the most interesting part of a melody isn't the note itself, it's the journey that the note takes on after it's played. Because great delay isn't about repetition, it's about creating movement, atmosphere and emotion inside your music. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing, leaving a review or sharing it with fellow music producers who might find it useful. Until next time, keep creating, stay inspired and remember, it's all about the vibe. Take care and see you in the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Lo-Fi Music Academy podcast. If you're ready to start making lo-fi music and want to go even deeper, grab your free guide. Discover the 6 essential steps to create a release-ready lo-fi track from scratch. Whether you're using budget gear in your bedroom or a small home studio, this guide will help you get that polished, dreamy lo-fi sound you're after. Just go to www.lofimusicacademy.com. Until next time, keep creating those laid-back vibes, and don't forget to subscribe for more lo-fi tips and tricks.